In this video, I'm going to show you two simple, low-budget methods for mounting 18-volt drill motors onto a robot or RC platform. If you're looking for ways to build a robot or RC vehicle on a tight budget, this series walks through some practical options to make that happen. In part 1, I showed you how to lock the clutch and gearbox on cheap cordless drill motors to get maximum torque to the output shaft. In part 2, we mounted some budget plastic hobby wheels by threading the hubs directly onto the motor output. And this third installment is well overdue, but thanks for sticking around because today we're solving the problem of how to mount these motors to a chassis. I'll walk you through a clean 3D printed motor mount option and also a hardware store alternative using pipe clamps. Both methods are cheap, practical, effective, and great options if you're working with a limited budget. There are so many different ways of approaching this problem, and shown in this video are just two. But if you've never built a robot platform before, this should give you a solid starting point and hopefully a few ideas that you can adapt to your own projects. So let's get into it. For the chassis, I've gone with a polycarbonate panel. If you're in Australia, I picked this up from Bunnings. They stock 400 by 400 millimeter sheets in 8 millimeter and 10 millimeter thickness. If you're elsewhere, you'll find similar panels, I'm sure, at most hardware suppliers. That said, polycarbonate isn't mandatory. You could use plywood, aluminium sheet, steel, or even build a frame. There are easily 100 ways to approach this, and the right choice ultimately depends on your budget, tools, and what you want this platform to handle. Once you've chosen your chassis material, grab the drill motors and wheels that we assembled in parts 1 and 2. And to fit these into the mounts I'm using today, the wheels need to come off first. Remember, the chuck screw securing the wheel hub is reverse threaded, so to loosen it, turn clockwise. Remove the wheels and set the screws aside. If you search for drill motor mounts online, you'll find plenty of free 3D print designs. Some are very generic clamp-style mounts, some look optimistic in terms of strength. The design I chose grips both the front and rear of the motor housing. It locates using the contour of the gearbox and includes two front screw points that secure directly into the gearbox housing for added rigidity. I printed 4 front mounts and 4 rear mounts. You'll notice this notch in the front mount. It aligns with the indentation in the gearbox housing. The 2 front holes allow small machine screws to anchor the mount into the gearbox casing for extra strength. Now, quick note, on 3 of my motors, the plastic wheel hub was Loctited onto the shaft. I didn't feel like breaking the thread lock, so I removed the wheel but left the hub in place. 1 motor came apart cleanly, so you'll see 1 bare threaded shaft and 3 with hubs attached. That decision did cause a small issue. The plastic hub didn't quite fit through the front mount opening. I initially thought I could gently persuade it through, and I was wrong. So I reprinted the mount and filed a small relief notch to allow the hub to pass cleanly without stressing the plastic. Once aligned, I secured the front mount with 2 small machine screws. That gives us that solid tight fit. The rear mount simply slides over the back of the motor housing and is a snug fit by design. No screws are required here. Then we repeat that process for the other 3 motors. Now onto the platform. Just like when mounting the wheels, alignment matters. You don't want 4 motors fighting against each other because they're slightly out of square. I'm using a square to offset the mounts evenly from the front and rear, and to ensure that they're perfectly perpendicular and that we're keeping all wheels pointing straight. We're not worrying about tire wear here, we're reducing strain and inefficiency. Misalignment under load adds unnecessary stress to the motors. I'm marking and pre-drilling pilot holes using a drill about 0.5 millimeters undersized, and the final hole sizing will get done properly on the drill press for accuracy. As for bolts, use what you have. Just make sure that the hole size matches. I chose bolts that were a tight fit so that they would effectively cut their own threads into the panel. Once drilled, we can clean up the holes. And here I am threading bolts through the mounts first, and then positioning them over the holes that I've drilled into the platform, where I can then continue driving them down. This just makes alignment easier. Now, a note on the material I used for the mounts. This design did state that PLA was fine. I printed in PLA Plus for some extra strength. Even so, I did get some minor cracking around a couple of the mounting points. In hindsight, I could have slowed down during tightening, used slightly smaller bolts perhaps, or tried to widen the mounting hole slightly. I'm thinking next time I may try printing these in PETG for some additional toughness. That said, the cracks are fairly minor and the mounts are still solid. Here, I'm just repeating this step for all 4 motors. Reinstalling the wheels, and again remember, reverse thread means anti-clockwise to tighten. And now I'll flip the chassis over and install a nut and another washer underneath. I'm using a small amount of Loctite on the exposed thread ends only and away from the plastic and panel material. Some thread lockers can attack plastic, so apply sparingly and carefully. And that's it. 4 drill motors mounted securely with front and rear 3D printed brackets. Wiring has been tidied up a little and our platform is rigid and ready to go. At this stage, we then need to decide how we're driving it. You could go full robotics with a microcontroller, but in this series, I'll keep it simple, and in the next video, we'll wire this to a basic RC transmitter and receiver setup and drive it like a conventional RC vehicle. In that video, I'll also cover some battery options and power management. As promised though, at the beginning of the video, if you don't have a 3D printer, here's another alternative, and that is pipe clamps. Here I have some 1-inch clamps for the rear and 3/4-inch clamps for the front. Combined with some 12mm and 6mm aluminium flat bar, this becomes a strong mechanical clamp mount. As you tighten the clamp screw, the bracket pulls down and conforms around the motor housing. It won't sit perfectly flush with the flat bar, but it does bend into place and grips the motor tightly. Here are the front and rear clamped together. It's extremely secure, hard to break, cheap, and available from hardware stores. You could then bolt the flat bar to polycarbonate, plywood, aluminium, whatever chassis you're using. And again, simple, cheap, effective. And so there you have it. That's 2 mounting methods: 3D printed, purpose-built mounts, and an alternative pipe clamp solution. As I said before, in part 4, we'll wire everything up to an RC control system, go through battery options, and get this platform moving. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and drop a comment below. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.